Hey everybody, it's me, Nicole Rivera from the Stop Writing Alone podcast. And if you were following last year here on the YouTube channel, I shared 52 prompts in 52 weeks because I took on the challenge of writing 52 short stories in the year. And I wanted to invite everybody else along for the ride. But I wanted to say Happy New Year. It is 2021. We made it through that interesting year, to say the least. And I have a new plan for this year. Yes, I'm still going to be showing up every single Friday with some writing for us to do, but it is going to be slightly different simply because last year I felt like for those of us who write short fiction, it was party all the time. There was so much writing to be done. But this year, I wanted to make sure that I address all of the different writers in the Stop Writing Alone community. So first and foremost, you may have noticed if you were following along last year that sometimes one of the weeks would be a writing prompt tool, something like the Writer's Toolbox or Storymatic, a tool created really to inspire a story, get you writing and get you to some completed story. Whether you decided to make that a short story or something longer would be up to you. But the intent was, here's this thing, write a story. Whereas some of the other things that we did were exercises, and the exercises are really about, growing our writer brain and our writer's muscles. And then I sort of adapted those exercises to sort of say, and now here's how we can use that exercise to create our story for the week. I did also dabble early in the year with creative nonfiction for anyone who likes to write memoir or personal essay. But I fell off with that later in the year because I realized the true intention of the year was to get everybody to write their 52 short stories of fiction. I also felt like I completely abandoned all of my poets and songwriters out there. So this year I wanted to go into our 52 weeks with a slightly different focus. So here's what it is. Every single month in the year has either 4 Fridays or some special ones like this January have 5 Fridays. And I am going to break them down into a rhythm of different types of writing activities. So what we are calling this year is Friday Night Writes with Stop Writing Alone. Because every single Friday night, we are going to have something to write. But depending on which week in the month it is, it will be some different kind of inspiration. Here's how the breakdown goes. On the first Friday of each month, I will be presenting one of those writing prompt tools. Rory's Story Cubes, like I said, Storymatic, Writer's Toolbox, something that is created to get us to a short story. On the second week of every single month, I'm going to present an exercise, a writing exercise that may or may not lead us to a story. It may be just to practice writing description one month, or practice, developing characters or world building. Depending on which exercise I give you, it will be something else that'll help us in our writing. And you will have the tools, and I will guide you, as I did last year, in what way you can use that exercise if you do want to create a story with it in the end. But the intention will really be just to get some sort of writing practice going for us. Week 3 of every single month is going to be for my creative nonfiction writers. Whether you're a blogger, an essayist, a personal essayist, or a memoirist, this is the week that you're definitely going to want to tune in on. And I'll either have a tool or an exercise that will lead you to more writing for you. So a prompt for your writing for that week. And week 4 goes back to where I got all of my start here on the podcast, in the community. It's Stop Writing Alone. And every single 4th Friday of the month, we are going to have a writing prompt party. So I'm going to live stream a Zoom call where I'm going to share a prompt. All of us who are attending will write in real time the story to that prompt, and when we complete it, we will then read aloud and share what we have. First drafts, ugliness, what have you, but you would be floored by the wonderful things that people come up with on these timed exercises. If you want to get a sneak peek of what a writing prompt party looks like, the last writing prompt of 2020 was actually a recording of a kind of extended writing prompt party because we had giveaways, we had a lot of chat. It went on, it was like an hour and a half simply because the prompt we did also was segmented. But it'll give you an idea of how the process goes. And every single month, you're going to have an opportunity to participate in that right here on the YouTube channel. So I will put in the description a link so that you can sign up for the email to make sure that you get the Zoom link each month that you can participate in that writing prompt party. But don't forget about those special months that have 5 Fridays in them. That is where I am going to dig deep. I have said it before. If you've listened to the podcast, I probably even said it here on YouTube. Poetry and songwriting are not in my typical wheelhouse, but they are things that I like to dabble in. I love to sort of explore all parts of our writing. So the 5th, on those months that have 5 Fridays, the 5th Friday will be either a poetry or songwriting tool or exercise. For all my poets and songwriters out there, make sure you check out your calendars onto which months have those 5 Fridays. Except, tiny asterisk, this month. January is one of those months that has 5 Fridays, and I kind of tossed and turned over how I was going to handle it. In the end, I decided that I would shift things up and use this Friday as an introduction to the year. So week 1 of January will actually be next Friday, where we'll have our tool, and we won't have a poetry prompt this month. I don't know. I kind of feel bad about that. I may squeeze one in. But that is pretty much the routine of Friday Night Writes with Stop Writing Alone every single Friday here on the MV Rivera YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the email list for Stop Writing Alone, and I will keep you updated on what's coming out each week. But the rhythm is first Friday will be a writing prompt tool. Second Friday will be a writing exercise. Third Friday will be creative nonfiction. Fourth Friday is time for us to write together in a writing prompt party. And on those special months where we have 5 Fridays, we will then do poetry and songwriting. I cannot wait to do this year. I'm really excited. I know so many of you were tapping in and out last year. Some of you did. I know a couple of people that did do all 52 prompts in the year, and kudos to you. That is amazing. I can't wait to see what you do with all of those stories. That is something that I will be working on this year as a personal goal, is taking the stuff that I wrote last year and submitting. My personal goal last year was to write 52 short stories in 52 weeks. My personal goal this year is to do 52 submissions in 52 weeks. So if you want to ride along on that journey with me, just go ahead and sign up for the email list, and I'll keep you updated on how that's going along with everything else. But thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the weeks. And I will talk to you very soon. Happy writing. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to what we get done this year.